Hello and welcome to RaffleCast, episode 7. I'm your host, David Dick Soak Casper. Before we get started, I'd like to direct you to my Patreon page, where you can support RaffleCast, patreon.com/RaffleCast. Today's topic is the rules. This topic was suggested by Shirley, and he was a donator of $2. Because of his $2 donation, he was able to make a suggestion for what topic we do in the RaffleCast. His topic, of course, was the rules of TF2R. Rule number 0, terms and conditions. Number 1, the doctor lies. This has nothing to do with raffles, but the doctor, if you're American or otherwise non-British, the doctor is also known as the Prime Minister in England. He has his own TV show. They often elect new ones. I believe the current one is Peter Dinklage. This is just a sign from the Brit Bongs who run TF2R of their Euro-patriotism. Number 1, raffle creation rules and restrictions. When making a raffle, do not make multiple raffles for multiple items, as doing this will be considered spam. This is a common faux pas. What you want to do is spread out your raffles. Make sure they last a long time, and as soon as one ends, start a new one. Make them really crappy. If you want a guide on this, check out the previous RaffleCast episode on acquiring rep. Number 2, only raffle items that can be delivered through the Steam trading system. We don't want any of your shitty hugs. I hear people raffle hugs. It's a big thing in Germany. I don't know what it's about. Don't do those. Troll raffles are not allowed. You raffle it, you deliver it. So, if you're perhaps a generous Icelandic raffler and you're giving away pre-orders for a $60 game, you are an asshole. Why didn't you deliver those items you raffled instead of those shitty pre-orders? Number 4, advertising buy-in raffles via public raffle is not allowed. Find other means to get the word out. And advertising an upcoming raffle, which isn't a buy-in, is allowed. Examples of this are donation requests for large mega raffles, staff approved, needed before creating, from 3 members of staff. There's nothing funny about this one, but Shirley donated, so I have to read through all these gosh dang rules and try to make jokes about them. This is going to be the worst episode of RaffleCast. Number 5, raffle requirements are now not allowed. You raffle it, you deliver it. Only exception to this rule are as follows. Shouldn't it be only exceptions to this rule are as follows? Has anyone actually read these rules before? I think I'm the first one. That's a typo. The exceptions are: the user is unruly and pushing for more items. Proof will be needed to provide it to be considered. Nothing funny there. User is a reported scammer. Be careful of these scammers. They're evil, evil people. Do not trust them. Do not let them on your friends list. They will hunt you down. They will hack you. They are not to be dealt with. Report them to the proper authorities. Call the police if you need to. Number 3. Raffles made before this rule update are exempt from this. Do not report them. Raffles such as KK02GP. Ha! 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 Number 6. Do not ask for or imply a request for any ratings in the description or chat box of your raffle. If found doing so, a ban will be given. Users should be able to make the decision for themselves without influence. This rule probably should be removed. People basically already ask for rep as it is. They celebrate their rep. They love to call attention to it. Users making decisions for themselves without influence, that doesn't happen. Number 7. When a raffle ends... Alright, I can already tell this one's boring. Number 8. When a raffle ends, both the owner and winner have to make an effort to contact each other. This means if you add them, then you've basically already delivered. Add them, wait for them to add you, then remove them, and mark as non-delivered. I'm not even joking. People seriously do that. It actually works, and they don't get in trouble for non-delivery. It's a big problem. Unlike, I don't know, some other shit I apologize, other crap they pay attention to, like proxy advertising. There have been a lot of bans for that. I don't know what that's about. There have also been bans for anti-Semitism, despite the very racist Happy Merchant image appearing to the left side of the TF2R logo. Sorry, that's a bit of a tangent. Number 2, general rules. Number 1, why do they number them all? Like, the site rules and then the various sub-rules are all numbered. Like, well, shouldn't you use maybe... Okay, number 1, terms and conditions. Number 2, raffle creations and restrictions. And then be like, 2A, when creating a raffle, etc. No wonder no one reads these rules. They're so cluttered. This is really, really unprofessional. Anyway, number 1, scamming in any shape or form will result in a permanent ban. If you encounter someone attempting to scam... I'm sorry. Number 1, if you encounter someone attempting to scam or are the victim of a scammer, report them on our forums. Good luck with that. I'm looking at these forums. There's literally nothing here. There are no threads. I think they might just delete everything that goes there. Number 2. Begging for items anywhere on the site is prohibited. Examples of this: number 1. Requesting free items in chat, raffles, or from rafflers upon winning items. Because it's so awful that on a site that's about giving out free items, that there are confused people who so pathetically want free items. How awful is that? Those filthy beggars. Oh my God, we hate them so much. They're awful. Report them all. Those damn new players who were wondering if they could maybe get a free item on this site that's about getting free items. Number 3. Use of any auto-join bots, blah blah blah. It's really not that hard to just enter all the raffles. But only 2 or 3 of them are ever any good. The rest of them are, oh, it's my daily scrap. Check it out, guys. Oh, this scrap was donated by some asshole. These donator raffles, like donating a scrap every day. You can't even give away your own scrap. Ridiculous. Why do you even need to run on donations? It doesn't cost you anything. Scrap is worthless. There is no cost to what you are doing. I'd just like to take a moment here to ask you to support RaffleCast at patreon.com/RaffleCast. We could really use your donations. They are what keeps the lights on here at RaffleCast HQ. Number 4, alternate accounts are not tolerated here. Number 5, advertising in any way, shape, or form is strictly forbidden. This is a tough one, because that's any way, shape, or form, that's a catch-all. So if somebody else were to, say, post a link to a random Patreon page, and a mod were to edit the raffle description so it's a link to your Patreon page, the raffler and you get banned, even though you weren't involved. And then they'll refuse to unban you because they call you a racist with no evidence. They just say, oh, you're probably a racist. I don't really like you, damn anti-Semites who are also Jewish, and this is an inherently anti-Semitic site. I find it very offensive. Number 6, harassment, trolling, or other forms of user abuse to you or your friends is not allowed. Unless, of course, you are a pub friend who just hates people who have been on the site longer than you. But you can check out my episode on the pub chat. Or is it called The Community? I don't know what I titled it. Go find it. It's one of the first ones. Please use English. Blah, blah, blah. Family safe policies. This is more than 5 minutes at this point. It's gotta be. This really wasn't a good suggestion. You know what was a good suggestion? A guide on how to get rep from Dutch Master. That was a good suggestion, and he should be commended for it. Whoever suggested this one, well, I wouldn't say you wasted your money, because it's good to support RaffleCast, but you really wasted an episode. I'm Dick Soak. Good night.